Okay. Think we're live. I hope my air conditioner isn't disturbing in the background. If it is, let me know and I could turn it off at least for a while. It's not that bad at night, but it's bad enough that I want it on if possible. So, first of all, thank you to everybody who's already here. I think I'll give it a couple minutes to see, let other people filter in before we get to the actual speculation and I guess analysis or over analysis of the trailer. I don't really have a proper plan, but I figured since I had the opportunity to stream today, I would take it, even if I've been up since 5 in the morning today and now it's midnight my time. So this is what I do for you guys when I can. But yeah, so while we wait to let more people get in here, obviously my Kickstarter campaign for Amaranth Angels is live now. If you haven't already seen it yet or taken a look, I figured out how to actually interact with browser pages on Streamlabs finally, so I could actually scroll through the campaign now while we're sitting here. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Welcome everybody again who's arriving. I see a bunch of familiar names down there, so that's always great to see. And yeah, depending on how things go on the stream, I might be able to share a couple little sneak peeks at stuff for Amaranth Angels that hopefully be going public soon once the last couple things that I wanted to get done for the campaign are done. Because art stuff, if you haven't worked with artists before, nothing because of the artist, it's just the way things go with art. It could take longer than expected sometimes. So something you just have to deal with when doing anything involving art, especially manga that has a lot of art in it. So because we've got 200 pages to go here. So, all right. Yes, I definitely hope that we get some cool new additions to the soundtracks for all the schools involved, because there hasn't really been a whole lot. No, I mean, I guess Koromori Mine has 2 songs in the show so far, but the other ones really just have one theme each, as far as I remember. So I would hope we get a second, relevant, culturally relevant song for each of the semifinalists in Das Finale 4. We probably will, but especially because they'll be getting full battles each. But that'll be fun to see because, as I mentioned in my video about how Und Panzer helped the real world, that is one of the positives that the show brought, is that it helped preserve some of these classic marches that might have just been forgotten, or at least just would never have gotten the level of appreciation they have since they've been available through the show and now the cleaner instrumental versions of them. So yes, all right. Give it one more minute of just scrolling through this while give anybody else who wants to start joining in at the beginning here a chance to do so. You should definitely check out this campaign. We have 6 weeks left to go, but I like to see it moving a little bit more than it has been. So this is gonna be a lot of fun. Very much Girls and Panzer inspired, though it's its own thing, apart from that initial inspiration there. So yeah, the only thing annoying with the soundtracks also is that they released soundtrack for parts 1 through 3 as like one disc, or one release at least. So we're probably gonna have to wait until part 6 is out to get the soundtrack for parts 4 to 6, which is a little bit sad because I know there are a few songs that have been teased at a little bit that I want to hear more, like what was it? The song from the OVA in Das Finale 3, like the Western one. Like it was like we had got like maybe like a minute of it, or not even a minute of it, and I hope there's a full version of that because that sounded really good. And yeah, okay, so I'll leave my spaceship girls to rest over there for now. While I figure out how to switch to the different browser source. Very professional streamer here, if you couldn't tell. Of which song? The Western song or of the Chiatan ballad? Alright, have a good rest of your day, Galactic Threat. Thanks for showing up at least for a little while. Like I said, it is a little difficult with the time zones over here to figure out when's a good time to stream, because I'm between 7 and 10 hours ahead of all of you who are in the States, and not conveniently linked to most time zones. So, what was I going to do? I was going to bring up different link to put in the browser source, because I know what I'm doing for real. And I want to pause it before I get copy struck. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna play like significant portions of the trailers and like I'm not just gonna let it play, because I don't know what's gonna happen in terms of copyright claims and stuff. I got claimed several times for music in the last stream because it was Star Wars, the Star Wars freeware game. I got hit with like 4 copyright claims. Nothing that affects the channel, but it was a pain in the neck to actually make the VOD viewable. I had to edit out multiple songs in there, which was a pain in the neck. So I'm going to try and avoid that here. And this is, video is a little more dangerous than even music for that. So this is the first trailer from, I think, 2 months ago. And there isn't I don't think there's a whole lot of different stuff in the 2 trailers in terms of general content, but there's obviously new scenes in each one that we could take a look at to just speculate, because obviously we've got 2 battles going on, and they're each, it seems like they're going to each get relatively equivalent portion of the film. So I don't know how they're going to break it up, but I don't know if they're going to just have swapping between them as we go, or if they're going to just finish the Ori Keizoku match and then go to the Kurama Mine versus St. Floriano one. I guess we'll find out whether we either by watching it or by reports from Japanese speakers who see it when it comes out in almost exactly a month from now, and they can let us know how the movie is structured, at least, even if we could only cope that we can't see it yet. Well, I did see somebody actually comment that there is maybe a small chance that they'll release the Blu-ray for the holiday season, considering when the movie's coming out now, which, if true, would dramatically speed up the process of fan subs and us getting to watch it in the West. So I hope that's the case, because that would save, like I said, a good 2 to 4 months of waiting time for us. But that's possibly just wishful thinking. So yeah, maybe we'll try and look at stuff by focusing on one battle at a time, and then there's, like I said, I don't have really any proper plan for this, because I just thought about doing it the other day when I realized I have the apartment to myself, and that was before I got a new job where I had to get up at 5 a.m. today for that. So that's been fun. It actually has been pretty good. I'm not complaining. So I think one thing that I'm happy to see is that Azusa's getting some noticeable screen time, I think, in both trailers, because she's probably going to be the one to fill in as the de facto commander with Miho out, even though technically Momo is still in charge, but where's her freaking out over here? Yeah, she's not going to be all that useful, probably. I do hope she does get to have her moment to shine and become, to actually serve as commander properly. But maybe they're saving that for the final battle. because there is still one more after this, presumably. I mean, or I could lose this match, but given the nature of the show so far, I doubt it. But even if they did lose, it would still be a third place match for her to to do something. So I think that's going to be in part 5 or 6. So we've got a lot of snow. We've got, there's a better way to seek on this video, but yeah, this is an interesting shot because this looks like we've got the ORI team converging around probably the flag tank. It's a little hard to see. Even when I full screened it earlier, it was a little hard to actually see for sure which tank it is. But that's probably the flag tank over here. And obviously we have no idea when in the match this is. It could be at the, near the beginning, shortly after Miho gets taken out with the Anglerfish team, or it could be all the way near the end when when we have the final battle. Although there are a lot of tanks here still. It looks like everybody else is still up in terms of Ori's tanks, so it's probably on the earlier side of the match. Yeah, because I'm counting 8 tanks here. Yeah. So this probably is on the earlier side of the match. Maybe while they're still figuring out what to do after, the actual commander is eliminated. Because I presume by the end of the match we're going to have more than just the Anglerfish tank taken out on Ori's side here. But, yeah, and this is a different location again with Keizoku on the offensive. Let's see if I could just let it play for a couple seconds, just get a better idea of what's happening here. She's playing her instrument, of course. Yeah, it's hard to get. Also, the snow kind of makes it a little bit hard to effectively judge where different scenes are taking place because there's just so much white and it's just snowdrift, and there's that bridge, but it's a little hard to figure out based on little clips where exactly you are at any given point in time. Also, I would expect Shark Team to do something significant in this battle because all they've done so far is be a mobile doorway against BC Freedom and then get completely wrecked against Shiatan. So they're probably also going to get a moment in this battle to some extent. And I hope they figured out how to give the Char 1 over here better snow tracks, or that the driver practiced it since the Pravda match, because I remember they had problems with that back then. And let's see, this Rabbit team, both freaking out because things are probably going to get very real here. Oh yeah, a lot of these shots could be from very early on. Everybody's just panicking and they're just trying to figure out what to do as they reorganize. Also, then if anybody knows what kind of goggles these are, let me know, because it looks like night vision goggles, but it doesn't appear to be at night. So I don't know if there's any kind of special goggles people wear, to see better while it's snowing out, or if it's just night vision and just because it's snowing, so it just makes everything dark and that helps. But of course we have Sodoko again because she, along with Mako, have the 2010 vision. So she's clearly being the spotter once again. And I'm sure we're going to see some drifting by the Opan team too, because snow makes that easier. And there's a new character for well, technically not. I think she technically appeared in their film, but she's probably gonna actually speak in this one. Another Keizoku girl, another instrument. Actually, so yeah, probably. I forget who mentioned wanting more songs in this one. She's got an accordion, so she's sure gonna be playing it at some point, and I hope it'll be as part of a bigger song. So that might be. I don't know if anybody knows any famous Finnish songs that involve accordions, but that could be a hint at what we're going to be hearing. And then White Witch, and yeah, press F for all of Anteater team and their tank as it rolls over at least twice here down a hill. Obviously they're going to be okay, but I would not want to be in a tank rolling over like that. That would not be fun. Yeah, I've seen a lot of speculation on JP Twitter about what tank the White Witch is going to have. Consensus seems to be that it's probably a Stug 3 or some similar variant of it, because they were like doing all this like CSI work of like freeze framing on like different little pieces of the background and the internal shots to figure out what tank it was, because I think they still, in the trailer here, they still haven't confirmed what tank she's in. Oh yeah, there will be a KV1. It's like on the roster probably, but I don't think it's her tank. All right, let's see. I mean, there's not a whole lot else to look at there. I don't want to drag this out longer than we need to, because I don't want to waste anybody's time. I mean, people are still here, so clearly it's not too boring. But yeah, now I guess we'll go to the newest trailer, and probably the last one that'll be coming out before the actual release. It's going to start playing on its own again. Let me grab it quickly before I get claimed. Yeah, lots of creatively acquired tanks from Pravda. I would say, that's a little better looking. Okay, a little easier to see. Yeah, so now in this scene we have 6 of the Ororai tanks, minus the flag tank, and minus the Mark IV. Right? Yeah. So I don't know if they're just playing it safe and hiding out somewhere in this scene, or if this is just some kind of attack and they're not risking the flag tank on it. But this is an interesting little clip here. Yes, borrowed permanently. Those Russian tanks. So yeah, I'm curious what this is going to be going on here, because the flag tank is absent, like I said. Where are we here? There's the Chucky. Now they're all together again. So this, excuse me. Yeah, we've got. Yeah, also something else I noticed too, watching the different trailers, is that out of all the 4 teams in the semifinals here, only Keizoku went with the obvious choice for the flag tank, and like put it with their commander, because obviously Ororai had it on the Anteater team this time, instead of on either Panzer IV or the Hetzer, which is what they've done most of the time before. And although Ororai has varied it a lot, but also, I don't know if I could find the spot quickly enough, but both Kuromorimine and Saint Gloriana are using unorthodox choices for their flag tanks too. Wait, you just see it? Or did I miss it? Oh, where is it? No, I don't think it's... Is it that one? I think it is that. It's hard to see. Hard to pause it at the right frame. Get it. Got a good shot. I don't know. Okay. There is a scene where you could tell that one of the Matildas has the flag tank, has the flag on it for Saint Gloriana in this one, which means probably Rukuriri as the flag, while Morimine has it on the Yag Panther, I think. Should also see it at some point. If I could actually find... This is why I should have prepared ahead of time, to actually be able to find some of these moments a little bit faster and not have to search like this. Come on, where's there it is. There it is. See, so that's their flag. It's also an unusual choice because it's not on a Tiger, and it's not on Erica's tank. But Erica's back in the Panzer 3 again this time. It looks like so. Staying true to her Senshiro style that she figured out in the last match. And here's the new character. I don't know if anybody's been on Twitter or whatever it's called now the last week or so. There's been so much fan art of this character already. Like everyone's into overdrive. Like I must have seen like a couple dozen within days of this coming out. So of course my first thought was that she looks like Arc Royal from Azurlane when I saw her, but already getting a lot of love from fan art. Rosip with another new teacup because the last one is broken. And I want to find a scene where we can actually see the Matilda with the flag on it. I know it was spotted by somebody on Japanese Twitter, but they have like I said, they have like a whole CSI forensics like screen caps of the trailer, like figuring out little details like about how some scenes of tanks have visible damage on it versus no damage on it. So like obviously the ones with damage on it is from later in the match. And Erica's there. Yes, looks like an undamaged Tiger, whereas somewhere there was a shot of more beat up looking tanks. I don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of winging it over here, just skimming through this. Oh, also we get a rare eyes from her too. That's a rare sight too. So I think I said on Twitter to somebody that's like she's like peak like nerd character who gets 10 times more attractive when she takes her glasses off, even partially off. But yeah, I think they might have dropped one of the Tigers, but for sure the Tiger 1 was there, though it's not. Interestingly, it's not Maho's Tiger 1. It's different, has a different number on it, which is probably historically relevant also, but I don't know off the top of my head which like what that's referencing specifically. Where is it? Come on. Saw it somewhere where we could see the number. Something else I should have looked up ahead of time, but like I said a few times already, I'm sort of winging it here just because I wanted to do something when I had the opportunity. Here we go. So it's 131. So I don't know if that's referencing a specific noteworthy historical tiger or not, but it probably is. Let's Google it while we're here. Tiger 1 through so it's apparently a Tiger 1 that was captured by the British in Tunisia. Interesting. I don't know if it's gonna have anything to if any impact on the battle itself, or if it's just if you're gonna put a number on it, might as well put a number that references something historical because that's what the show loves to do. So. Oh, it's still operational too. That's actually really cool. Yeah, it's very cool. I'll look up videos of it at some point. Over here looks like Cormoy Mania also is on a defensive here. So again, it's a very different kind of battle for them. Because the Maho style Cormoy Mania would not have been in a position like this most likely. Since they were all about, advanced attack. And was there a shot of a tank losing its tracks, or is that just recoil? Oh, come on. Let's see if I could freeze it at the right moment here. Can't tell if that's a track tank still firing. Oh yeah, looks like it is. Huh. Yeah, I think, is that... Can't tell which tank it is, but anybody could tell which tank it is. It looks like it might have a track tank here that's still operational enough, obviously, to fire. He has some damage to the front armor here. I don't know which tank. I don't know if it's the flag tank or not. It doesn't look like it's a flag tank. At least we can't see it if it is, but that's a cool shot. Yeah, this actually the Tiger here already has some damage on it, so this also must be later in the match. Panzer IV. Okay, thanks for that info. Guess it's like a weird angle. Also, it's it's kind of noteworthy too that I don't think they were using Panzer IV in the Cormoran Mania lineup previously. Also, so again, it just shows that Erica really is, going by her own style now. Between now the Panzer III and a Panzer IV, that might be what took the place of the Tiger II, maybe. Here's her again. I think they're also being creative with the terrain choices to give opportunities for speed. Because there's a scene in maybe later in the trailer or earlier in the trailer also has Ori kind of charging down a hill like here. Yeah, also speeding down a snowy hill. So we're gonna have taking advantage of elevation. This must be from after the match. Yeah, I didn't even notice that scene before. Yeah, well, I think with Miho and Shiho, I think they're already on the way there, because Shiho obviously did fight for Ori in their film to an extent, and then she gave the little slow clap after the match. So there is definitely some respect at least there, and I would hope that by the end of DOS finale they're gonna have another conversation where they more or less reconcile or at least agree to disagree to some extent. And here the Porsche Tiger also is damaged here. Where is it? What did I want to look at again? I wanted to look at you. I don't know who this is. Another new character. Oh, where did I want? I want to look at something that I've. Oh, right. I wanted to look at this scene here. Because it looks like this is Miho in the environment that the Cormoran Mine match against St. Gloriana is. So I wonder if we're going to get a scene of Miho and Erica having like a heart-to-heart or some other kind of conversation at some point. Because if the Ori's match was first, then Miho probably would go watch the other match, even if just to see who wins and to get an idea, to start figuring out tactics for the finals. So this could definitely be interesting. This actually what leads me to believe that St. Laurent is probably going to win, because a scene like this with Mio and Erica would probably involve Mio like reassuring Erica that her style is still valid even if they lose, which I think she would need to hear if that happened. Otherwise, she just go like full on self-doubt and just be like, I should not have changed anything. So and also again, because I do think that St. Laurent is a more likely choice for the finals, just because Ori hasn't beaten them yet, so they kind of need to by the time the series is over. Although can't say for sure, but yeah, they're thinking about it more. This scene really makes it seem like Erica's going to lose, and then Mio is going to kind of give her some reassurance that she's doing well and that she should keep going the way she's been going since her epiphany in the round beforehand. Right. Yeah, well, it makes sense. I mean, you would want to be watching the match that'll decide your opponent in any kind of sport if you're able to. So, yeah, I don't know how much else I could really just talk about from the trailer itself. Like I said, I don't want to drag this out too long because I don't want to just talk for sake of talking. But yeah, I mean, well, also yeah, assuming that that's what this conversation is going to be. Like Erica's style now is a lot closer to Miho's style overall than to Maho's style. So you could definitely see her offering, and any advice or just some collaborative, talking after the fact, going forward about refining the style maybe, or even just giving her advice on how to sell it to Shio maybe, because we haven't seen what she thinks of Erica's choices now. I mean, obviously it worked last time, so she doesn't care probably as long as they won. But yeah, so that's nothing snuck in at the end here. Oh yeah, here's like a cliff, like either a cliff or like a really steep hill they're gonna go down. So that would be fun to watch, but I don't know if I want to be in a tank going down a very steep snowy hill because stopping might be a little bit difficult. Yeah, we have Miko with her typical hard to read look. So this could be, I think I saw somebody on Twitter interpreting this as like the kind of look she would give, like when the match is like checkmated basically. But could be anything given her. Yeah, that would be useful. I actually had to use an underside mirror in my new job because you have to like occasionally inspect cars entering where I'm working at, and you have like a mirror on, like attach like a stick on a wheel that you could kind of roll underneath the car to see what's underneath it. But honestly, I couldn't see anything when I did that today, so I don't know what we're supposed to actually look for. But I don't think anybody's trying anything where I'm working right now. But yeah. Yeah, I'm sure Rose is enjoying everybody going fast now. Yeah, more broken teacups. Michi's for sure gonna crash. Michi better crash at some point. That's part of her shtick at this point. We get a lot of cute Erica moments probably in this one. We also get a Panzer IV out of her at some point in the trailer. I don't know. Was it here? Yeah, there it is. Whoops. What? Yeah, so like I said, I don't want to belabor the point with looking at the trailers too much, but I think obviously in terms of speculation, in my opinion, we're going to see the ending of both battles in this one, I think, which will leave part 5 as more like slice of life, like character stuff, and then the finals will probably start in the second half of part 5, and then obviously conclude in part 6, and then leave some time at the end for whatever finale and goodbye. Also, obviously, there's a new opening that they play in the trailer, which I'm not going to risk playing more than a couple seconds of at most because that is dangerous. But so, and then the new song is like called "How to Say Goodbye" or something like that. So it's going to be a little bittersweet since we're officially into the second half now of the final, basically. So just another 6 or 7 years until it's all finished, and where it goes from there, who knows, or what the director will do after that. I'm sure he has planned something else, military-ish at some point. But it will be sad to see it go once we get to that point. But I think I've said before, either on stream or in one of my videos, I'd rather a show, know when to decide the story is over and just end on a high note than just, find reasons to go on and on forever, like just because it makes money, and then end up with it kind of sputtering out at some point with things just getting too dragged out, or things get too repetitive, or just nothing of interest happens. So I like stories that just know what they want to do, what they want to tell, and then more importantly how to actually wrap up themselves and allow it to be a fully satisfying story from the start to the finish. So I don't know if there's anything else you guys wanted to discuss about the trailers or about speculation. I'm doing that for about a half hour now, so I might move on to a game or two for a little while because I'm I'm gonna go for up to 2 hours at most. And like I said, I've been up for 20 hours now. No, no, only 17 and a half hours. Not too bad. Actually, no, wait, no, it's more than that. What am I saying? 5 a.m. to now, just 24. That's no 19 and a half hours. So if I look a little tired, it's because I am. But I decided to stream it, and I'm gonna stream. So yeah, those are some big goggles. I don't know. Like I said, I think it looked like something night vision related, but again, it's not nighttime. But who knows? I mean, I don't want to start repeating myself. We have a damage on the Churchill over here. Yeah, I don't see the Matilda with the flag here. If anybody knows where that is in the trailer, let me know, because I know somebody confirmed that it was Matilda with the flag, but I can't find it. So yeah, see the chat is mostly discussing or politely debating something historical, which I think has happened before in chat here, which is always always fun, as long as everyone's still getting along. You could debate stuff. This is a very cute shot too. I don't know when this is going to happen in the battle, but just it's kind of a funny little just popping out of the top of the tank there to say hi or something. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, these two trailers are not that different, just different scenes, but same kind of structure overall. And in just under a month now, it'll be in Japanese theaters. Yeah, Erica didn't change the cute. I don't know if there's a term for like tank art, like on plane that's nose art. Like tanks don't have it as often. I don't know if there's a separate term for it. But this is fun to see on it. So yeah, all right. So I guess we will, at least for now, wrap it up with looking at trailer stuff, and we can always obviously keep discussing DOS Finale while I play a little bit of Dream Tank Match. I think last time I was stuck on the last extra mission, the one where you have to beat every team commander while you're in the Panzer IV in succession without any kind of healing in the middle. Yeah, we're gonna get anybody who is like starved for Erica content is gonna get their money's worth out of this one, I think. And then yeah, like I said, probably also part 5 is likely gonna be very slice of life heavy. Like the in between the semis and the finals. We also, of course, have to find out where Alice is going to go, because she has to reappear at some point with a team. So, and St. Gloriana makes the most sense. Although, actually, given Erica's new style, she could end up there, but I mean, obviously, that's something I think we'll also find out in part 5. Like, shortly before the final battle, she'll announce where she'll be, and that'll obviously add a little bit more extra dynamic to the final match. Alright, now where's the game capture? Game capture. There we go. Yeah, basically, whoever ends up against Ori at the end. But in terms of what school fits her better, it's probably St. Gloriana, but I don't want to make too much of a guess on that. Let's move the other thing out of the way. Okay, let's get into this. I'll probably just give this a couple tries since, like I said, I'm not going to go more than 2 hours today on account of long day and late hours. So extra match. I came pretty close last time. I got to the second to last enemy there. So I can try and get there this time. Yeah, the Centurion would fit. Even though the British weren't the ones who made it famous. That was us over here who made it more famous, I think. But still. Yeah. Yeah, that's true too. Also, you're gonna have more options for additional tank types we haven't seen yet with Saint Gloriana, because we've seen a lot of different Chromoid mini tanks already. Alright, this is displaying right now, correct? Yeah. All right, we're good. We're good. I think the key was to try and snipe them right at the start. Ping off my armor. Okay. Well, it is a little sad that because of Erica's new tactics, you're probably not going to see Tortoise versus a mouse in semifinals, which would be both entertaining and also potentially really boring if they're just like very slowly going at each other. Is this fair? Maybe not, but I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. Anytime I can spawn camp them. We've still got 6 more targets to go. Yeah, let me see if I miss anything in the chat. Don't want to ignore that while I'm spawn camping everybody over here. Sorry, Chovy, you have to take it out. Show me your side armor, please. Show me your side armor. It's been the best fight so far of anybody, shockingly. Missed that one. There we go. Alright, so in chronological order, that would put T-34 now. Yep. Oh, she's the fast one. Ow. Oh, that was a bad hit. Whoops. direct line of fire. Yeah, I think she might have ended my run without actually taking me out, unfortunately, but we'll see. We'll see. She got down the hill in a hurry. Although, if we survive against the tiger now, it might be in good shape, because then it'll be somewhat lighter targets afterward. Can't. Our front armor can't tank that firepower. Into the tunnel. Into the tunnel we go. We're doing so well up until Katusha. Where is she? Oh. She is there. Bad place to miss. Can we get you here? That's not gonna work. Are you gonna move? Are you gonna move, Mao? Or are you gonna just sit there? It's not gonna light pull. Ow. Yeah, this is probably gonna be the end. Run. Although we're in a good spot over here right now. Miss. Bait her into following. Watch how she's in the tunnel, and we're going to run into each other here. Watch. Just watch how she's going to be right here when we come out and just blast us. Oh, maybe not. Oh. Where did she go? How do we lose a tiger? Well, it was about as far as we got last time. Yeah, although she didn't do most of the damage to me. That was Anchovy and Katusha who messed me up. Let's get the gun elevated. I miss. Oh, come on. I love when it says hit and I do no damage. There we go. Oh, this run's probably over before it began. I'll play it out anyway. But, losing about half my health. Okay, yeah. That didn't go nearly as well. Okay. But really, after we got already down to half health, the run was over at that point. There's no way to finish the next 7 or take that much damage in the first round. How to get the best shot at the start to track her, and then just spawn camp.
ルールは殲滅戦。相手の車両をすべて撃破したチームの勝利ね。それでは試合を始めます。
Get out of there. Get out. No. Not going well again. Really not an easy first opponent if I don't land those early spawn camp hits. Now I got her tracks. Well, we lost half our health. I might as well restart at this point. What does that do? I don't know what that just did. I don't know if I turned something on just now. Oh, did I just heal myself? Is that like a thing in the game? You could actually heal yourself? Do you heal all along and I had no idea? Oh, that's great. What did I press? I don't even know what I pressed that gave me that. Although then I lost half of that again. So, yeah, it would have been good to know a few runs ago that I actually have a way to heal to some extent. Well, if I use it, I used it. I said we'll play it out anyway. Where are you going, okay? Where are you going? Where did you go? Well, I'll bear that in mind next attempt, since like I said, I'm probably not going to get there this time. Why are you running? Stop running, please. Ouch. Yeah, this is done. Okay. I think everybody's taking us out once so far. So that's keeping it a little bit interesting, I guess. Who's going to be the one to do it? I of course forgot which button did the heal already, but that's something we'll figure out when I hopefully get a good run again and I can heal later on. Try and not lose half our health to Darjeeling here. Yeah, she's the least of my worries. That tank is tiny. Although watch how it just wrecks me when I get to it. I don't want scratch. I want immobilize. All that. Triangle would help if I knew what keyboard control was. No. Which button was it? Okay, I think I found the button again, but I don't want to bother wasting it. Maybe we'll be perfect from now on. Yes, okay, that's what I want. That's what I like to see. Is it sportsmanlike? I don't know, but it is what it is. Okay. So no heals left, but we're more or less at full health. And my good friend here is finished. Come on, he got one hit in. Had to get one hit in. Alright. Now not take a hit. Let's not take a hit. Stand one more hit. There we go. There we go. Alright, so we're at 80% health. Going into the tiger. gun elevated properly. Nope. That won't do it. That will not be doing it. Okay, that's something. Just stay there. Stay there, Mamo, and don't move. I don't know why the AI is doing that, but I'm not complaining. Come on, come on. There we go. Just say she took it easy on me that time. So now it's just gonna be Alice. So that's gonna be fun. Oh no! Oh, okay. I guess Alice will be at the end, which makes sense as the final boss. Okay, come on. Okay, I'll just tank hits from you, Ishii. No disrespect, but your tank is tiny. Okay. Yeah, so the key is take as little damage as possible until that point. Alright, meme. You have the meme tank going now. Stop moving for a second. Stop moving for 1 second. There we go. Okay. You might have a chance. I guess maybe it's an order of appearance in the show, not an order of battles fought. Because Mika appeared earlier and Nisha also appeared earlier before Alice did. So I guess that makes sense. I was thinking more in terms of battle order. Okay, that was a nice chunk of damage. You know what? It's well, we're lucky that the polka didn't play when Mika showed. When she shows up and the polka starts playing, that's when you're in real trouble. Luckily, I have the nice, pleasant Ori march over here instead. Oh, there she is. Yeah, I have to very much fire and move, fire and move. Otherwise, I am 100% dead. I can tank Nishi's damage. I cannot tank Alice's at all. Please don't ambush me. That would be very uncool. Oh, she's in the tunnel. Did she blunder? Please don't have your cannon turned backward. That would be very unfun. Come on, let me shoot you in behind. Over here. Oh, you made a big mistake, Alice. Oh, you made a big mistake. And you paid for it. And the tunnel and did not exit fast enough. Through here. Yes. Alright, one more. Of course. Watch how I just can't hit the stupid little FT that the French are gonna bring. Oh, okay, there I am. I hit it. That was anticlimactic, boss. But we did it. Alright. That was satisfying. Like I said, this was very anticlimactic final tank to face. After the intimidating as heck Centurion, we just get this stupid little French tank that died 2 hits. But I'm not complaining. Hello there, C.A. McDivitt. Nice to see you here. Yeah, it almost was. My first hit took out like 2/3 of its health, 3/4 of its health. So I think that's the last special match that was left. So, alright. Oh, I could do different difficulties. Okay, I'm not doing that now. Let's see, anything. Domination battle, I'll probably save for another time because it's already been an hour. So I think what I'll do now is, now that I want to end Dream Tank match on a high note, I will show you guys that other Star Wars free game this time, because I played the Endor one last time, and since I am currently crowdfunding my Cute Girls and Starfighters manga, which you can look at over here while I get the other game up and running. I figured I'll do another Starfighter game while we're here, although I'm going to try and bring up different music to play in the background instead of the game. I don't know if I can mute the game audio or not, at least mute it on the stream so I don't get copyright claimed again. Let's see, how do I do that? Is there a way to do that? Is there a way to mute? Options. This game is so old it doesn't have a mute volume option. Is there a way here? Maybe I'll mute the desktop audio, and I will do an audio input capture. Audio input. Can I do that? Can I do that? Don't know if there's a way to do that. Something else that I should have looked up ahead of time, because I want to play a little preview of Amaranth Angels music while we're here instead of the Star Wars music. Someone let me know if you hear music. Sorry about that. I didn't know which input that was. Is it lower now? I lowered it to about half. So this is the instrumental version of the Amaranth Angels theme. Still loud. Okay. I lowered it down to 1/3. So we're a professional stream here. Nothing goes wrong. Alright, is it good now? Yes? No? I think if I leave this audio live, which I'll have that on loop, it's only 90 seconds long, but like I said, this music I know won't get copyright claimed because I had this made special for Amaranth Angels. There are lyrics to it, but you'll have to wait for the trailer to finally be finished to hear the lyrics. So I'm gonna give me a second to open up stream on my phone so I can see the chat while the game is live, because the game is ancient. Well, a little short. You'll have to wait another week or so, and then you'll see what I have cooking. Just let me cook. Well, let my artist cook, because actually, you know what? While we're here, before I start Star Wars, I can show you a very short, like a literal clip, like a GIF length clip of what we're gonna have. If I can figure out what source. Here, window capture. Yeah, watch how that happens. Here, media player. There we go. So this is from the trailer. It's not 100% done yet, this clip. This particular clip, like 1 second clip, is nearly done. I hope my artist doesn't mind me sharing it a little bit early. But I want to show it off because it's coming out also. So where's the interact? Can I just play it? Here. Yeah, it's very short. Just a little GIF length animation here. So there's gonna be some more of that. The whole trailer is gonna be about 90 seconds. Not all of it animated, but a bunch of it will be. And so I don't have too much more to show yet because it's been taking him a little bit longer than he had hoped. But the updates I've been getting are awesome, and hopefully just one more week, another week and a half maybe. So I actually am. I've backed, I think, all of Common America on Kickstarter since it started. I don't know the guys who make it very well. I've talked to them a couple times on Twitter, or I think on a stream once, years ago now. But yeah, they're cool guys who make Common America. I recommend that too, by the way, if anybody hasn't heard of it yet. It's like, I mean, also like manga inspired art, not like straight manga style like what I'm doing with Amaranth Angels, but also very fun series. Now, where is here, capture full screen application? So is this, let's see, if this is full screen, will this show up? Oh wait, I have to move it. Hold on. No. Window capture. Yeah, here we go. Window capture. No. Yes. Okay, bear with me for a minute while I figure out how to get this game on. Yeah, there's no direct connection. Apart from just I am a fan of Common America, so I enjoy that a lot. And I'm glad you like the premise of it. It's going to be, like I said, it's you know, somewhat Girls und Panzer inspired, obviously, but it's a very different kind of story. It's not a sports story, obviously. There we go. It's like a Starfighter adventure story. So like it's more like if you've read the old Rogue One novels of Rogue Squadron novels, or I guess like the TIE Fighter games and stuff like that. Okay, why is the screen black? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna reopen the game again because it's black screen. Exit. Let's reopen that. Yeah, I would say also with Common America, Tim's art is like very manga inspired, but I don't know if he would even call it like, you know, strict manga, because he has some different stuff, different stylizations he does with it. Very good art, and I enjoy it a lot, but it's a little, I think you would also call it a little bit different. Yeah, I decided early on that I was not going to try and do a sports story, both because it's too similar to Girls und Panzer, and also because also because I didn't want to risk a premise that I'm so unfamiliar with on my first manga project. So it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna try and do sports, my biggest creative project ever. But also, I just kind of always wanted to do a Starfighter story, because this is the best part of Star Wars, is what I'm playing right now. So like, why not do it with Q Anime Girls? And it hasn't been done before, as far as I know, either. So it's also like another reason, like, who will do it except for me? Wow, this is very strange sounding right now. Okay, I think the audio for you guys is better than it is for me now, because I muted the game audio for you. But I'm hearing that along with the music playing. It's a little bit conflicting. But so this is the same creator as that Endor game that I played last stream. I don't know which he did first, but this game is easier, at least to me, to zero deaths than the other one. So this is some creative license here. We have a little more battle going on before we actually get down to the Death Star surface, since couldn't make an entire game of just the trench run. And let's be honest, if they had the technology back in the 70s, they would have done a more elaborate battle scene too for this battle. I don't know if it would have been better or not. Probably wouldn't have been, but it would have been cool. Also, there's really only room for one, like, sport/military anime. Like, oh, come on, someone hit me. So you really can't do better than Girls und Panzer did if you're doing like a military cross with sports anime. So I'm not even gonna try. But yes, so Amaranth Angels is gonna be, like I said, it's more like adventure, like drama, than any kind of sports stuff. But obviously there will be some lower impact battles for plot reasons at different points in time to get, that kind of stuff in there too when it's, appropriate. And then obviously the main battles will be, full danger, as real as it gets for the characters, live ammo, aliens who want to shoot them down. So that will be that. So if you haven't backed it yet, please do. We have, I think, 6 weeks left, roughly, and we're 20% of the way there. So we're not in a bad spot yet. But I'd be much more comfortable if it funded, tomorrow, and I could relax for the next month and a half. And obviously the trailer will be out, like I said, I hope maybe late next week, but I should be getting an update over the weekend from my artist. I'm going to look at the chat again in a minute, because I can't really see it so well while flying here. Maybe once we finish this stage of the game, I will take a look so I don't miss what you guys are saying down there. Remember, again, this is a game that's 17 years old now, at least. So it's not built with streaming in mind, and it's barely compatible with Streamlabs at all. Because even other military MOBA like High School Fleet, even though no one's gonna get hurt in High School Fleet, it is still more of an adventure story compared to Girls und Panzer. Like there is live fire going on there, you know, when they have the whole ships going crazy and stuff. It also goes to show you that you can do a good show, you know, with the actual danger present, while everybody knows the characters will be fine. It's hard to pull off, obviously. Like, that's really the hardest part with military moe. I might do a video on the genre at some point, also why I like it so much. Maybe also a little bit about what makes it difficult or what makes it fun. But obviously the trouble with it, not the trouble with it, but the difficult part is the tone. Because you really want to, because again, it is military stuff, but also the cute girls aspect. So you really want to make sure that you that you capture both well, and you don't make it, you know, too like dark war story, while also the tension has to stay high enough. So that's really the biggest challenge in writing it, is making sure that I don't mess that up. So far, I've done pretty well, I think. I got some good editorial feedback on it to make sure that that worked well, and to help my panels stay uncluttered with dialogue. Since it's also a temptation with comics is to put too much dialogue on the page, and that makes it crowded and slow to read. I definitely recommend High School Fleet. It's not as good as Girls Und Panzer. Like, it has some really cool ideas and concepts in it, but I think it doesn't follow through on them as well as it could. Like, I don't want to give away too much if you haven't watched it yet, but they could have done a lot more with the initial premise and setup of the story than they did, which would have made it even better than it was. One day I might have to do my own version where I capitalize on that more, but also in space, because space is always makes things more fun. Look how well Star Wars has done over the years, even when most of the content in it is terrible. Strike Witches, I'm not doing any videos on ever because I didn't like it. It was pretty boring. Like, except the fan service excessiveness is like whatever. I don't care that much. It's like that's the genre they went with for that, but it was just boring. Or like too try hard with the fan service, so it just comes off as like cringe. No, it's just not for me. If anyone else likes it, that's fine, but there's a little bit over the top fan service, and it just comes off to me as a little bit cringe and hard to take it seriously. And again, a lot of the stuff was kind of a little boring to me. So I did hear there's like another White Strike Witches anime. Like, it's, I don't know if it's a different name or it's like a spin-off or something that I hear is better, that I haven't checked out yet. So I may do that also at some point in the future. Also, Blue Archive I found not that interesting either, although it didn't help that the animation there is kind of awkward. Yeah, these two audios do not go well together in my earbuds right now, but it's okay. Yeah, I'm not like opposed to actually existing. People, is clearly an audience for it. People could like whatever they want to watch. You know, people make it. If people like it, then make it. It's just not something that I'm interested in making or really watching. So that's my very non-controversial opinion on ecchi anime. It's just like, people just do whatever you want to do, and I'll do whatever I want to do, and we all get along just fine. Yeah, I'll look down at the chat properly again when the stage is over in a minute. And give my hands a break from the mouse also. Yeah, also in general with fan service too, I don't mind fan service, you know, like on principle either. It's just like, again, like I don't like it when it's overdone, where it comes off as just like in your face too much, and it just almost comes off as like desperate, because it gets people interested for obvious reasons. So I'd rather just like, whenever there is fan service, like incorporate it, you know, more effectively into the story. Like if there's characters like, you know, in a shower, whatever, okay, you could do something there, but it's like it's part of the scene you have to have anyway, then it's different than just like, oh no, someone's clothes fell off, like while they're just walking or something. Or like if it's characters whose personality fits it better, that's also fine. Like certain characters, you know, will want to dress a certain way because that's their personality. Like I have two of the aliens in Amaranth Angels are kind of like that, so they're going to get the bulk of the fan servicey moments probably. Also, because I'm doing Starfighters, I have another option too, because anybody who's looked at historic planes from World War II will have seen the nose art on those planes, which often, you know, got a little bit risque. So we might do something like that for a few of the Starfighters and Amaranth Angels, like just have some cute nose art on a few of them that, you know, also again fits character personalities and also personalities of the artist in universe who draws them, to get a little bit of that in there, but also keep it in a very like story focused way, if that makes sense. Like it's incidentally there, not like the purpose of the scene isn't just for that stuff, it's just there because it's just part of the story. So, or a part of the scenery, more to be more accurate in that sense. So we have to wait for that until later on in the art process, probably. There's a lot to do until we get to that point. Because aliens won't be appearing until about a little over halfway through the volume. It's not my best run today, but we're doing okay so far. My best run on this game, I managed to keep alive like over half of my allies, which usually does not happen, and today it won't because I'm not being as efficient as I usually could be. But that's okay. If I zero deficit, I'll be happy enough. So. Yeah, if you're talking about fan service, like it doesn't need to be like sexual stuff either. Like people make jokes about how in Girls on Panzer, the tanks are the fan service, because it literally is. Not just because they get a lot of attention, it's because a lot of the fans come there for the tanks. So, hence, you know, fan service. Like the tanks getting all this, you know, detail and attention to them is what the fans want. So that's what they get. Yeah. We're fine. We're fine. Pretty sure we get another heal at the end of this stage, so I don't have to worry about my health getting a little bit low here, or my shields rather. think I mentioned in the last game too. It really helps in this to adjust your speed depending on what you're doing while you're flying, because you could do tighter turns when you go slower, which I think is somewhat realistic at least. So it's a nice little pro tip from possibly the only pro at these games that exists on the planet. Only 3 of us left. Alright. Oh. Oh, this is lore accurate at least. Only a couple of us left by the end of the battle here. I think that was the last TIE fighter. One day when I have money, I want to either find somewhere in the world where I could buy a CV-33, or find a way to build a working replica one and just drive that around. Not on roads, because that'll get me in trouble, but just drive it around somewhere, because the tankettes are really cute, and I want to drive around in one. Maybe in my costume. That could give you the wrong impression, so but that's okay. That would be fun. Well, Sherman's probably the easiest one to actually find to buy. I think you could get them for like $30,000, $40,000. I've seen listings of them because there were so many made. There's so many still around in the States. So if you're in America, you know, and you have some money to burn, you could probably get a Sherman tank. Question is whether you could drive it anywhere or not. I don't know, but owning one, definitely possible. And there's this place in Vegas too, apparently, that you could rent a tank for like $2,000 and drive over a car, which would be fun. But again, you have to have money to burn, which most of us don't right now. Take our time here. There is a guy in Ororai. I think I've seen pictures and videos on Twitter. I think he's in Ororai. Sure in Japan, but I think in Ororai specifically, where he built, like, it seems like a pretty much working replica of a CV-33. I don't know if it's actually running on the tracks or if there's like wheels underneath it and the tracks just kind of spin along with it. But it looks pretty legit. Maybe I could one day, you know, arrange to do a photo shoot in that or something. That'd be kind of funny. Yeah, Ororai is on my list of places to go visit when I have the money. Yeah, real sense. I mean, they have that like weird like. I think it's annual like tank sports competition. I think in Russia, because of course it's in Russia. But only the countries that want to show up. So it's like Russia and like China and like Pakistan or somewhat. Like a few countries like that just go show up to do silly things in tanks, like drive through mud, and I don't know if they shoot at targets at all or whatever. But it's, you know, it's more like tank sports in terms of like stuff you're doing, like a competition type thing, and not like, you know, simulated battles, because that would be a little bit harder to make work safely. This, that. I don't need to clear this all out, but I'd like to, because if I can blow it up, I might as well blow it up. After I finish it, I'll see if I can find a link to these games and link it in the chat if anybody wants to download them, because they're free. And They're honestly like among the best, if not the best, like Star Wars like space battle, like at least fighter battles simulator or game that exists out there. So that's why I keep coming back to it. And here we go. Speed is locked, so we can't slow down here because that would make it too easy. There's a lot of these annoying things. And because this is an old low poly game, they can shoot through walls sometimes. So you'll probably see that soon enough where I get shot through a wall. Or one of these stupid little guns. So far, so good. The only issue with this part of the game really is that it's possible that you just get worn down by these too much, that at the end stage you're just too low on health to survive. But I'm pretty good at minimizing the damage usually. Also don't crash, because you can crash and that's no fun. Now, I wish I could slow down, but we can't. Yeah, there I got shot backwards. If I stay around half health, I should be okay for the final stage. You'll see when we get there. I mean, you know what's coming if you've watched the movie, which probably most of you have. But there is one cool trick you could do that makes it significantly easier at the end. If somebody made a remastered version of this, or just like, you know, essentially this exact game, just, you know, with higher quality graphics with the same performance and all that, that'd be really awesome. I guess I think I mentioned last stream that there are like higher like graphic quality versions that people have made like mods for this, I think, or I don't know if it counts as a mod or just like an upgraded version, but I tried it once and I think I felt back then at least that it was a little bit sluggish controls wise, and so I just prefer the classic version. That's what we're calling a 17-year-old game. We can call it a classic. Got the little corkscrewy parts down here. Get out. Fly through here. Yeah, I got hit. One more hit won't kill me. No. And these are just too fast to actually shoot them. Yeah, I'm not looking at chat right now. In case that wasn't obvious already by, here we go. So now, the final stage, and there's a trick you could do here. If you know, in the movie, Luke turns off his computer, and that, if you do that here, it reduces the damage you take if Vader hits you. And that's what it, also circling around like this is how you avoid it. Okay, he fires in a circular pattern like this, and it's gonna last until the music, which you can't hear from the game, reaches the point in the song where you know, Han shows up, in the movie version. So we're almost there, I assure you. Uh-oh. There we go. Almost crashed, but we're fine. I might have seen that fan art actually, the Star Wars Und Panzer match. And now we have to take a shot. There we go. You know the graphics, it's gonna go in. And photon torpedoes don't turn 90 degrees. Conspiracy theories. But anyway, we did it. Yeah, the stream's a little bit behind here, yeah. There we go. Blew it up. That went pretty well. 0 deaths, just how I like it. But like I said, I could do better in terms of keeping more of my allies alive. But a win's a win. And in the actual movie, there were like 3 fighters that survived. So we're just 1 off of that this time. Probably not getting a high score this time, I don't think. Nope. Okay. Fine, so let's exit this now. It also reminds me too, I'm working on it. I have to actually get back to it and edit. Yeah, pause the music now. We don't need it for saving my copyright reasons. But I've been working on very gradually a High School Fleet edit, where I edit High School Fleet attacking the Death Star, because if anyone has seen the High School Fleet movie, that's basically what happened in the end of the movie, without spoiling anything beyond that. So I have all the clips downloaded and all the sound clips downloaded. I just have to put it all together at some point and just upload it. So maybe get to do that in the next month or so. Be busy the next few weeks will be very busy for me. So I don't know how much I'm going to be streaming the next month, because we have holidays coming up starting next weekend. And also I am working full time now. And also I'm moving apartments in about a month. A little less than a month. So I'm going to be quite busy. Plus, obviously, promoting my Kickstarter as much as I can. Which, speaking of, I'll bring that back. Where is it? Oh, this is my alien characters, by the way. Amaranth Angels. They will be showing up in the first volume, but not quite yet. Where's my other screen? Browser source. There we go. But yeah, so I'm going to be moving, like I said, so I'll be busy with that. But hopefully once I move, I'll be able to stream a little bit more often, because it should be a better location and less sensitivity, for lack of a better term, on some people's parts to noise during later hours when I might be streaming. So, you got a new backer for like $1? I mean, I'll take it. But, yeah. Let me just check what that was. It's one of those, like, Kickstarter ad scams. Something like that, I think. Yeah, alright, whatever, I'll take it. So, where is that again? You'll definitely, if you haven't backed this already, definitely take a look at the campaign a little more and consider doing so. Because we have the cute cover version, which is campaign exclusive. You're not gonna be able to get this, like, to buy it with that on the front cover after its crowdfunding is done. So if you want this on the front cover, definitely grab it here. We have it in 2 different sizes. Have it in tankobon size, the more classic manga size, and also in the larger trade paperback size. Here we go. Here's the cute cover in larger. So I didn't want to do any kind of like sexy cover for it, because then it's not my style so much for this. So I went with a cute cover instead. And also it's a Und Panzer homage, for anybody who recalls some of the posters for the show. And you can get all that. You can get both versions. And obviously if anybody really wants to get something into the book, you can do that also in terms of getting a little advertisement on the space station here. So, and I might have additional rewards or add-on options later on. And also, don't forget, you have little acrylic standees of the human characters for now. I might add the alien ones at some point later in the campaign, maybe, if there's demand for it, or future campaigns. But where is, wait, let me see my camera. I could show you the little Botan standee that my sample or my test run of getting these made before I could actually offer them as rewards. So let me just see if I miss anything. Any questions in the chat or something, since I haven't been paying attention while I was flying the ships. But so you guys said you could get these standees as add-ons to any reward tier that includes anything physical. So do that, and obviously you get all my other books. But if any of you are big Star Wars fans, by the way, this series, Galaxy's Ascendant series, which is where the Ascendant in my name more or less comes from, my first book series that's finished, like a whole 7-book Star Wars style sci-fi series. So if you like that kind of stuff, check this out. It's very fun. I take a lot of what I love from various different sci-fi franchises, and I think, do it better when in places where they messed it up. So you can check those out. Actually, also, I almost forgot, the first book in both of my series are going to be on sale starting tomorrow for at least a few days as part of a group sale that's going on with some other authors I know. So starting sometime tomorrow, the ebooks of A Greater Duty and Finding Another World Volume 1 will be 99 cents each for a little while. Star Wars just does whatever it wants sometimes. I mean, that's a big problem with it. It doesn't matter if it's realistic or not. What matters is that they're consistent with what they do. Alright, see you, Southern Emperor. I'm going to be ending the stream pretty soon myself because it's almost 2 a.m. here. So, I could do a review of it. I don't know. I haven't done any comic reviews before on my channel, but, I have them all, except for the newest one I haven't got. It hasn't arrived to me yet. But I definitely could do that at some point. Because, like I said before, I do enjoy the series. Even though I think some of the advertisements are a little bit fan service heavy now. Like more than I would be comfortable doing with my stuff. But again, if they want to do it, that's fine. It's up to them. But it doesn't really affect the main product at all. The main product is still, just as, wholesome and, positive values and stuff as it was from the beginning. So that's a good thing to see. But yeah, I definitely could. Maybe, I think, I don't know, did they say when they plan on finishing this arc? Is it going to be volume, like the 10th issue? Or volume 10? Finishing off this arc that they're in now? I think they're close to the end of, like, at least not the whole, not the entire story, then at least a major arc. So maybe once we get to that point, I'll do a review of the whole thing, since the story will be complete, more or less, and that'll be a little bit easier to do. But we'll see. Like I said, I do have them all up to volume 7 so far on hand here, so I can do that. So yeah, I think that'll more or less do it. Obviously, I'm just still scrolling through this. Definitely give the campaign a look if you haven't already, and give it a back. Even just a few dollars helps. Even just you could get the comic in digital form for just $10, because I just believe you should always have that option these days. So anything helps, and obviously it also helps if you know anybody who might like this stuff, like any other Girls and Panzer fans, whether online or in real life, or or just military Moe fans, or just fans of Starfighter stuff. Definitely share it with them, because the hardest part is getting more eyes on it. So if you guys could get any more eyes on it, that obviously does a lot to help, like beyond giving to the campaign yourself, showing other people to the campaign is also a huge help to get everything in motion properly. And of course, look out for the animated trailer, hopefully coming within another week or two. But I'll be posting updates on my Patreon and probably on Twitter, but also on the campaign maybe once we get close to that. So yeah, I won't drag this out more because not too much else going on right now. I don't want to just spend 20 minutes talking about my campaign because that gets annoying. So, thank you all for coming again. And like I said, I'm going to try and stream again at some point in the nearish future, but I don't know when exactly. Since life will be a little bit busy over the next few weeks. But obviously the videos should more or less be the same schedule. I'll probably have to miss 1 week because of holidays in a few weeks, but I'll post a channel update on the community post when that happens, so you're all notified ahead of time when I have to skip a week because of things just not being enough time. So, admire my alien girls, and yeah, that'll about do it. So, hope you all have a good rest of your day or good night, depending on which time zone you're in. I know I'm going to sleep pretty much right after I close the stream out because I've been up for 22 hours now, just about. No, 21 hours. 21 hours. Not that many. 21 hours. So it's time for me to sleep. So thank you all again. Back to the campaign. And see you with a new video tomorrow. It'll be a Star Wars video tomorrow. A very rare occurrence on my channel. Spoiler alert. It's Star Wars video about a specific character. And I won't say anything more about that unless you've already seen me mention it elsewhere online, what it's going to be. But that's already finished, so I'll be coming out tomorrow night at the usual time. And yeah, see you there.